It's here to face off Democratic strategist Cliff Schecter and Republican strategist Zachary Howell. Zach is also the chairman of the College Republican National Committee. Cliff, let's start with you. The Democratic resolution, what's the point here? What do they gain?
Well, I think the point they're trying to make is that, look, this man behaved out of bounds. I don't think in either way it's going to hurt or help the Democrats. I think his behavior speaks for itself. I mean, look, he's acted, he screamed out, he acted inappropriately. Republicans have been doing this, conservatives have been doing this all summer, acting like lunatics, and all he did was stand up and become their symbol. So I really don't think either way this resolution matters. What matters is that Joe Wilson, like the rest of the party, is representing the lunatic fringe.
Zach, why shouldn't there be some resolution, given that Congressman Wilson's had several opportunities to end this many days ago by just offering a simple apology on the House floor? He's refused. So what should the House be doing to make sure that this doesn't happen again?
Well, it's absurd to me that we're even discussing this on the House floor. What an absurd distraction. You know, this comes at a time when the Democrats say they're trying to find a bipartisan consensus on health care reform. It comes at a time when they say that we need to get a health care reform bill through the Congress as fast as possible. If bipartisanship is really important, why poison the well by bringing this to the floor now and rebuking a man who has apologized to the president and whose apology has been accepted? Why not get to work on the important issues of the day? So, Congressman Wilson has apologized. He's done what he could, and it's time for the House to move on to important things that they claim are more important than, you know, the mere operations of the House.
I'm kind of interested to hear a Republican say that bipartisanship is important. You know, we got all three of them voting for the stimulus bill. None of them seem to appear to want to vote for health care. They just want to let the system get worse and worse and let insurance companies keep padding their pockets. I'm not sure what kind of bipartisanship we're talking about when Chuck Grassley stands up and says that your grandma essentially is going to be killed if we pass this bill. I mean, if that's the kind of bipartisanship we get, maybe I've got a different definition than my friend here.
Let's go back to the issue at hand. And Zach, as far as the issue at hand again, what is to stop this from happening again if there is no sort of formal punishment or rebuke from the House? I mean, does it mean that anytime somebody gets interrupted on the House floor, you apologize to the person you're interrupting, but everyone else on the House floor, they just have to sit back and just stay silent about it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's, you know, he's taken punishment enough for what's happened. He's been beat around the head in the press for the last week.
And he's also raising money off of it.
I think
he's raising money off of it, Zach.
Yeah. My heart bleeds for him.
Yeah, but I've got to ask you, Cliff, one lawmaker, Representative Hank Johnson, is quoted, he's from Georgia, in Politico, saying that there's a fringe element that does feel racial hatred toward African Americans. Is it dangerous when you have some lawmakers bringing up the race in this argument here?
It is. I wouldn't call it dangerous. I wish we didn't have to have this debate. But look at Joe Wilson. I mean, look at what his past is. He's one of the 5 guys who voted in the legislature to keep the Confederate flag flying in South Carolina. He belongs to the Sons of Confederate Veterans. I mean, he's somebody who walks around apparently and is still trying to pull that it's just, you know, your heritage when we're talking about evil deeds that were done 150 years ago, and quite frankly, long after, in the name of segregation. So I did not believe there was any race involved. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know what's going on in the man's head, but I do know what his past is.
Hey, Zach, what would have been the harm if Joe Wilson last week had gone to the floor when he first had the opportunity and had said, look, I called the president last night, I apologize to him, I want to apologize to this body as well, I'm sorry. What would have been the harm of doing that?
Well, you know, I think the offense was committed against the president on the House floor. He apologized to the president. I think in Congressman Wilson's mind, it probably wasn't worth the time of the House to go and make a statement like that. The Democrats seem to think we need to move quickly on a health care reform bill. I would happen to agree, but the right kind of health care reform bill. So why not do that? Why waste our time discussing this issue? It's just beating a dead horse.
Well, so Clifford Schecter, are they wasting their time now then when Republicans get up and spend time defending Joe Wilson? By the same logic, that's a waste of time, right?
No, look, this is a party that makes Kanye West look humble, okay? I think that we need to discuss these issues because we had an entire summer where conservatives were showing up to town halls packing heat. They're showing up within 100 yards of the president with guns. They're showing up and attacking physically, threatening, putting Hitler mustaches on him. I think, again, all Joe Wilson did is represent what his whole party has come to represent, which basically seems to be a bunch of lunatics and racists.
Cliff Schecter and Zachary Howell, thank you both so much. And Tamron, you know, I do have a feeling that in the end, politically, this is a draw. I don't think it hurts or benefits either party. I do think it hurts Joe Wilson.
Yeah, that's what we said in the last hour. I mean, it seems that those who want to subscribe to what Congressman Wilson, his actions and his words, they will continue to do so, and the same on the other side. But I have to tell you, that was a great panel we had, but if I hear one more Kanye West, Joe Wilson reference, I might lose it. But thank you for coming on. It was pretty good.